Hey guys, Thunderstruck MTV here. Today's video is going to be, well, it's going to be on my current thoughts. Have they changed? What do I think now about Santa Cruz bikes after over 5 years and 2 bikes of ownership? So yeah, let's get into it. Before we do, quick update. I've had several questions. This is the first video since I put out the last video of the final build here of version 2 of Matte Blackout. And people are asking, how did it go? How did it go? Well, it went great. It's got 8 rides, 118 miles. Paint issues are completely solved. It's just as you expect. So if you are in the market for a 2024 Matte Blackout Santa Cruz Chameleon, man, you have got to somehow ensure that you're not getting a frame from that first batch of paint. I don't know how you would do that any more than you would. I really don't know what to tell you on that. So I guess it's kind of buyer beware, which will kind of segue us into the next part of the video. So anyway, right now, everything's great. I will do another video, upcoming video. We'll do a bike check and we'll do some parts and go over everything. And some of you can, get a good kick out of some of the parts that we're throwing on the bike, and we'll go over that. So that now leads us to my current thoughts on Santa Cruz bikes and the company. Have they changed? So I'm just going to present to you the facts as I know them, and then after all the facts I tell you, then I'll kind of give you my opinion. I haven't really even thought what I'm going to say yet on the opinion. It's just going to kind of come, hey, it's Thunderstruck Video. It's what we do out here. So I really don't have my own answer yet until, well, I hear the facts again in my head. So here we go. December 2018. I buy this frame, pardon me, I buy this bike as a complete bike from ColoradoCyclist.com. After 6 weeks and about 30 rides, I was riding a lot more back then. The headset is making horrific noises like you have never heard before. Very long story short is Santa Cruz, well, they completely screwed the pooch on their IS bearing race down here into the frame. Both these frames, this one here, then this one over here, they have an IS headset, which means that the bearing race is directly machined into the actual frame. No cups are pressed in. You got to get that dead nuts on. Santa Cruz swung and took a big miss. The hole was oval. You had to hammer the bearing out that was destroyed before you even hammered it, and to get the new one in, you couldn't just press it in. You couldn't just push it in with your thumb. You had to actually hit it in with a hammer. Got a hold of Santa Cruz, showed them the video. Oops, sorry. And they sent me out, within 7 to 10 days, they sent me out a brand new frame, which you see right here. Everything has been great ever since. And there you go. So still, you're looking at 1 bike and 2 frames. That brings us over to here. I bought this as a frame only option, frame just like it, from mikesbikes.com in January of 2024. I got the bike, I got the frame, built it up. First ride, paint just flies off all over the trail. If you haven't seen the videos, I will post a video at the end of this one, kind of showing you what happened. So get a hold of Santa Cruz. Oh my gosh, we have a problem with the vendor, and they said, yeah, we'll warranty it, no problem, obviously. And you can either wait until we fix the problem at an unknown date when another blackout's available, or you can take the old version, 2023 or 2022, whatever it was, navy blue. I decided to take the navy blue. So a lot of you have asked, what happened to New Bluey? He was here and gone before you knew it. Well, here we go. Let's get into it. So I take that frame, built it up. I left all the green plastic all over the top tubes, everything else in case I dropped the tool. I wouldn't scratch it, all that stuff. Takes you about a week to build a bike. Don't laugh. It's just like an hour here, half hour there, 2 hours here type of project at a time. Just kind of how I work and the time I have. So anyway, got the bike all built up, made a video for you guys, throwing it out there. And on Thursday night, I was going to ride Saturday morning. Thursday night, I come out and I go ahead and I was going to put on my ceramic coating. So I put my ceramic coating on, and as I look down the light, I look down at the seat tube in a certain light, and I see that it's twisted and it's flat on the non-drive side. And I'm just like, what? That can't be how it's designed. I look around, that's not how it's designed. I cannot believe. So I'm stressing out thinking they're going to blame me. I put it in a stand wrong or something. Sent them an email on late Thursday night. Friday morning, got a nice phone call again saying, yep, that's not right. That's definitely not right. Here's what we'll do. Talk to the structural engineers. I think he said QC engineers. and they all agree that the frame is completely safe. If you take it and keep it and sign off on it, and we'll keep the warranty, lifetime warranty intact, and we'll send you out a brand new set of reserve carbon wheels. And I thought about that for a couple hours, called it back, says no, I just know me, not gonna fly. Why don't you go ahead and send me out another old Bluey, because we don't know what the time frame is on the new matte Blackout yet, and I don't love new Bluey, but I didn't hate him. Then he says, well, Daryl, we can't do that because you got the last one, and any other blue frame that would come to you would come from the warranty blem department. We'll revisit that here in a second. And I said, well, I don't want that. So I said, what's the other option besides me waiting? Because he didn't have a time at that time with this frame. Then they offered me a Blur TR, carbon Blur TR, a tall boy. I had to pay about $1,500 to $1,700 more for those, but they offered those, and I thought about that for about a week. I started talking myself into a carbon full suspension, and then I just got back to no, dang it, if I wanted a carbon full suspension, I would have freaking bought one. I want the matte Blackout Chameleon version 8. So called him back, thanked him for the offer, said I'll wait for it. I said, okay, good enough. He said probably the end of May, all the way to sometime in August. And I said, well, it is what it is, right? So, you know, old Greenie and me, we went for a bunch of rides together. Well, this frame then came in sometime mid-June, right about where he promised. Everything's, bolted on, built it, and so far everything has been great. Paint staying on like we talked about, everything is good, everything's ready to go. But again, we get back to you're looking at another bike, and that's 3 frames, right? So I present to you 2 bikes, 5 frames. Those are the facts. Those are everything that went down. Now here's some of my opinions on said facts, okay? Getting back to the whole, you got the last one in existence, and the next one you get will come from the warranty blem department, right? Now, I heard that. I did not ask him a question. I did not expand on it, but I kept it in my brain, and I still have it in my brain. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm not saying anything, but I have to wonder if maybe the blue frame that I got could have possibly come from that same warranty department, and it was just in hopes that, that's my air conditioning, sorry. That's my hopes that I would just simply miss it, because I'm guessing, half the people would, right? I gotta wonder if that's what happened. I don't know, right? I'm not accusing anybody. I'm just telling you what they said. So I got kind of that thought gnawing in the back of my head of where I stand today. So I guess where we get to is before I bought this first bike, I always kind of thought of Santa Cruz as even a notch above Yeti, if I'm being honest. It was a bucket list bike for me. Someday I'll have a Santa Cruz. I know I will. Someday I'll have a Santa Cruz, and then finally pull the trigger. I love it so much that maybe someday I'll actually stand in front of Santa Cruz's factory owning a Santa Cruz and be totally stoked, right? So that's what I kind of thought about him, and just kind of just hit to me as I'm walking around the garage here and looking around. I guess I thought of Santa Cruz as, well, Acura or Lexus. And if you're not familiar with the American car market, that'll make sense here in a minute. But after the issues, the quality control issues I had and everything else, I kind of view them now as, well, just sort of Honda and Toyota. So again, an Acura here is nothing more than a Honda, but it's a premium division, if you will. And the same thing with a Lexus. It's just a Toyota and it's a premium division. And I guess that's where I envision here Santa Cruz. Are they any better than a Trek, a Specialized, a Giant? You know what? I don't think they are. The quality control, the quality just isn't there. Are these bikes an absolute rip, a hoot to ride? Absolutely. It's why I own 2 Chameleons. It is my most favorite bike I've ever ridden. However, man, 5 frames for 2 bikes. And I can hear some of the comments already viciously tapping away. Thunderstruck, you're just a perfectionist. You're just a perfectionist, and you can't be satisfied. No, I mean, again, and that's fair. It's a fair comment or a fair criticism. But again, this issue on this bike was so far off that it was hilarious. I cannot believe that was put into production. Ironically enough, of all of the problems I've had, I guess the paint issue on this one is probably the one that I can excuse the most, because I could see they try a new manufacturer or a new vendor, whatever that means, you know, painter, paint, both, I don't know. And I could see where you wouldn't know that the paint's wasn't gonna adhere until you, well, I guess until you know. So that one I can excuse, to be honest with you. As for the seat tube, I don't want to excuse that, but how can I be too critical of Santa Cruz and the 1, 2, 8, 11 people that missed it, the seat tube, when I missed it myself when I built the freaking thing, right? My face was buried right here many times, putting on the bottom bracket and the cranks and the seat post, and even I missed it, so how can I be too hard on them, right? This over here though, this was an absolute joke. All I had to have was a go, no-go gauge. And as soon as that head tube was created out of the mandrel or the CNC machine, probably the CNC machine when they CNC'd it, it's just use that go, no-go gauge. And that head tube should have never even been put into production to be welded onto a bike. So that one I have the most problems with of anything. But when you factor on these other two problems to that one, man, that's a big bucket full of problems at a premium price that I did not expect going in. So, also, I guess if I ask myself this question, that's pretty weird, pretty terrifying when I talk to myself, will I own another Santa Cruz bike at the end of the day? Thunderstruck, what do you think? Do you like them that much? Yeah, you know what? I got 2 in here now. If they come out with a Chameleon version 9 and it's pretty cool looking, or even a 10, I get a new bike maybe every 4 to 6 years, something like that. My next bike will probably be a Santa Cruz, and you know why? It's because that right side of the ledger where customer service has taken care of me without any issues at all, that right side of that ledger overwhelms the left side that there was any problems in the first place. So, you know, again, quality is just not where it needs to be for the premium price they asked. $1,150 something frame with tax, aluminum. Man, that ain't cheap, right? That is not cheap. Even if it's a lower value or a lower cost frame, you still don't expect that. Just hit your marks, right? Get everything done, make your frame, weld it properly, paint it properly, set it out the door. So there's really no excuse no matter what you're paying. I don't care if you're buying it at Dick's Sporting Goods or from Mike's Bikes. I really couldn't care less. Manufacturers, you do a much better job. So anyway, guys, gals, that's my story. Again, if you're in the comments like, hey, Thunderstruck, I've had 10 Santa Cruzes for my family over the last 15 years and not a single one. What are you talking about? I get it, man. I totally get you. You only know what you know, right? And same with me. I'm only going by my experience. I can only tell you the facts, kind of my opinion on those facts. So I'd be interested to hear what you guys think in the comments. You know, what are your personal opinions after, even if you only heard my story, yeah, you never owned a Santa Cruz, you heard my facts, what do you think? But yeah, is that just sort of a microcosm of where we are as people today and whatever quality we get, right? Is that where we're at? I mean, it's certainly where we're at with forks in terms of, you know, RockShox and Fox delivering us forks that certainly aren't put together correctly with the proper oil levels and grease levels and all that. So I guess why not bike frames, right? There you are. So anyway, guys, gals, I hope you enjoyed this one way or the other. I hope all you are healthy, happy. I hope you're all out riding. And again, let me know what you think about Santa Cruz in the comments. Overblown hype. What do you think? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you soon, I promise. See you.